We're on.
We're on. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Bear County Court of Law number 6. We are now proceeding on case 638-793, State of Texas versus Gene Z. Mooney. This is a motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision. I have 2 documents for Mr. Mooney and his attorney, Mr. Brovanek, to identify their signatures on. The first one is entitled Defendant's Consent to Motion to Revoke Hearing by Video Conference. In fact, Mr. Mooney, is this your signature on this document, sir?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. And Mr. Brovanek, as attorney for Mr. Mooney, is this also your signature on this document?
It is, Your Honor.
Thank you. The next document I have is entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal, which is marked, quote, is an adjudication of guilt following a deferred adjudication, and the defendant has a limited right of appeal. Mr. Mooney, is this your signature on this document also, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. Brovanek, as attorney for Mr. Mooney, is this also your signature on this document?
It is, Your Honor.
This is a motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision. My understanding is this is an uncontested motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision. And my understanding also is the state is going to waive the allegations of new number ones, which include violated condition number 1. For the record, I'll call A is an alpha. Violated condition number 1, B is in Bravo. Violated condition 1C is in Charlie. And I guess that's it. Is that correct, state?
Your Honor, the state would also move to waive a violation of condition number 6C as well as violation of condition number 11.
Okay, so you want to waive violation condition number 11 also, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor, that one is, yes.
I gotcha. Any objection from the defense?
No objection. They're all related to number 1, so that's
Correct.
why.
Those are granted. And let's see. Okay, Mr. Mooney, in cause 638-793 on the motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision. How do you plead, sir? Is that true with an explanation? Is that correct, sir?
You're muted, sir. There you go.
So, Mr. Mooney, once again, in cause 638-793 on the motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision. How do you plead, sir?
Guilty.
Yes, sir. I am Mr. Coronado.
Mr. Mooney, it's not guilty or not guilty. Remember, it's true or not
True.
true. So if you did it, you need to say the word
Yes,
true.
sir. Yes,
True.
sir.
Okay, court accepts the plea of true with an explanation. Ms. Gross, would you please advise the court and the parties of the status of Mr. Mooney's
Awesome.
probation?
Yes, Your Honor. He was placed on probation July 28th of this year. He has been reporting all but the month of November. We last saw him in person October 12th of 2021. This is his first violation report, first MTR. He has paid $42 towards his fees. He has a balance of $1,100 and he is delinquent $520. He has had 3 negative drug tests, 1 failure to submit. We have no proof of enrollment or completion of drug offender education program or a gun safety course. His arrest history includes an assault, bodily injury, criminal mischief, 50 to 500, telephone harassment, and of course the instant offense. And he has, since he's been placed on probation, also been arrested and charged with possession with intent to deliver controlled substance, penalty group 1, 4 grams to 200, possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, 1 gram to 4 grams, and unlawful carrying of a handgun in a motor vehicle. All 3 of those which were on the motion to revoke and have since been waived and abandoned.
Okay, for the record, the court's not going to consider the allegations of new number ones. Go ahead.
And his officer is recommending revocation.
Okay, Mr. Brovanek, what are you requesting?
So Judge, I just note probably he didn't report in November because he had been arrested. I know that's a minor point, but I do think it's important that people report, not having completed everything. Well, I think probably a reason for that is that he hadn't finished his probation. I think a fair sentence for him, and I understand the court's going to do what it does, but is somewhere between 3 and 6 months with credit for time served. He's done some things, hasn't done others, and I'm just asking for what I believe to be fair.
And state recommendation?
The state does agree with probation's recommendation and recommends revocation in this case.
Mr. Bobnick, do you represent Mr. Mooney on these other cases?
I do, Your Honor.
Okay, good. Do you have a time frame when those may be resolved, or is this one of those we have no idea kind of deal? Is he waiting to be indicted and that sort of thing?
I believe he has now been indicted. I don't have a court date in front of me. So, Judge, I'm going to give you as straight an answer as I can. I think it's going to be a case where they offer probation. I know that there's an intent to deliver, but looking at it, it's really a possession. He doesn't have any other felonies. And so I think because he wants to get out, that we're likely, once this case is resolved, to try to either get him, before Christmas and get it resolved, or at the very least, early January. I don't know if that helps you if you have additional questions.
Judge, if I may,
Sure.
according to Mocha, he is still awaiting indictment on the 2 new number 1s, and he is awaiting docket appearance on the misdemeanor, which is here in County Court 6.
He had a court appearance on the 23rd and 30th of November, and those were canceled. That's the reason I thought he had been indicted. So I'm sorry, I didn't mean to mislead you.
Yeah, I understand. It's not a problem. All right. Anything further from the state of the defense on Mr. Mooney before I render sentencing?
Nothing from the state.
Nothing from the defense.
Mr. Mooney, in cause 638-793, the court accepts your plea of true with an explanation. I grant the state's motion to revoke your deferred adjudication probation. I adjudicate you guilty of unlawfully carrying a weapon, to wit, a handgun. I sentence you to 1 year in the Bexar County Jail. It sets a $4,000 fine plus court costs, credit for time served, time and money to run concurrent. State, do I have your permission to take into consideration the pending unlawfully carrying a handgun in cause number 672980?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is that okay with the defense?
No objection.
Court takes into consideration cause 672980, which is granted, it shall be dismissed. And in the event that Mr. Mooney is sentenced on these other cases, this case will run concurrent with those cases. Anything further from the state of the defense on Mr. Mooney?
No, Your Honor.
Good luck, Mr. Mooney. Thank you, Mr. Robinick.
Take care.
Okay, what else we got, Pat?
Pat, you're muted.
I'm sorry. That's all I have, Your Honor. I think we've done a lot today.
We're still on YouTube.